Hello everyone, and I'm Tyler Matson with Trademark Endurance. This video segment is for potential sponsors of our project. And I want you to understand first and foremost that I look at sponsors as investors. And even though it's really hard for a sponsor to immediately see a return on that investment in an event, I try really hard to make it possible to see that return. You know, when I go looking into a venue for a race as a promoter, I'm always looking for, okay, where can that start finish line be that's going to best benefit a related company nearby. So I really think that's important, that if an event's coming to town, that you can drive people to the stores that are sponsoring you. So if you own a store out there, please be open to those guys that come knocking on the door saying, hey, will you please sponsor the event? Those guys have a really tough job. It's a very hard political game they have to play, and it's not just finding sponsors for people to come have a fun time. It's really sponsors to help this guy make a living and hopefully drive more traffic to you. So that's my goal here. I'm still working my way through college. I have a lot of knowledge on the topic that's going on in this training video of how to train and how to race. I've been around. Not that, well, I'm just going to keep it on the positive. I've been around and I know what I'm talking about here. We've seen a lot of scientific studies, all this kind of things. I'm really trying to be qualified to make this video series. So what we're trying to do is to make a training video series. Primarily, the first bit of this is focused on cyclists. There are tons of cyclists that have indoor trainers they hook their bike up to and they start spinning. And they go through these months from October, November, December, January, even into February, where it's just so frigid you can't get outdoors. And that part of the year is critical for their training. They have to do these big, long hours, either out in the cold or on that turbo trainer. Now, I'd prefer to think about something warm, to think about the real experiences I had over the summer while I'm on that indoor trainer. And I've taught some indoor cycling before, and one of the tools that they use is this association and disassociation of it's kind of like a mental imagery tool. So you can either say, hey, associate with this. Imagine you are in a race and you have the whole peloton chasing you and you're off the front with 1 kilometer to go. You have to do this. You have to finish strong. So that gives you something to associate with. But what if you can actually see that and actually experience it? That's what I'm trying to do. And not only that, we can give coaches and event promoters and even you as sponsors opportunity to feature what your strength is in those videos, whether it be like a product featurette on a big long training ride video, or if it's the use of your cycling product in that bicycle racing scenario. While we're gathering footage, it's a great way to get good exposure to a specific market that's related to hopefully what you're selling. If it's not so related, then hey, we'll try to find a way to get your logo out there, have people get in contact with you and drive traffic. And the benefit of doing that on a training video series is that they get this repetitive nature of seeing that video feature your product every time they watch it. So basically what I'm looking to do, and this is my ambition, is to recruit a team of cyclists, hopefully by the end of the 2016 season, that can come together for regular weekly rides in the Boulder, Colorado area. And there are some amazing views to see here, especially if you're a cyclist. We have tons of climbs that go on for hours, beautiful high mountains. We've got the lower level flatter plains. We got rolling hills. Plenty of scenery that's very picturesque. And so if we're looking for, say, for this team a jersey company, a bicycle company, and a wheel company as the major sponsors to start that off. Why? Because our camera angles capture the benefits of either that jersey and seeing all our sponsors, seeing your logo front and center, having our participants use it. We can feature that. They can give the feedback and go, yes, this jersey's great, it's breathable, it's cool, it's a great design. A bicycle company, we can put cameras onto the chainstay without getting in the way of a pedal stroke. And so this is great because it's a great view of your frame. Other teammates passing in a pace line, you'll be able to see each rider on that bike again. A follow car, again, can give that exposure. We can see that performance of that race in say a race scenario. So it's a good deal for a bicycle company to get involved. So again, I'm gonna have to try to keep this as cheap as possible because I know jerseys can go like $400 for a full set of jackets and vests and tops and bottoms. A bicycle, of course, is expensive, but we don't want to break these guys' bank when they sign up. So it's got to be a really good deal, and so I'm hoping someone with that capability of giving these guys the bikes to race on, and maybe reselling those at the end of the season to perpetuate the funding, either to your company or to themselves to perpetuate their involvement. That's what I need. As well, we're looking for a wheel company. Like I said, we can put the cameras onto the chainstay, and I found that to be just a great view of the rear wheel and then the front wheel turning. Again, you're going to see different camera angles of the racers, and it's just going to be a great exposure for your product. So those are the three that I'm really targeting, and I want you guys to get involved, and please contact me at trademarkendurance@gmail.com. If you are not one of those products, it's totally okay. Contact me anyway. And this is why. So we're making a 3-part video package for every installment after the first video that's going to come out this fall. So it'll be a structured workout training program that goes through a single workout. It'll be about an hour to an hour and a half long. It'll have in-race footage, which of course, if we get these product sponsors, the whole of 2016, we want to travel and get as much footage from racing with those products as possible, so we can make next year's video even better and specific to those products. Okay, so you'll get tons of footage inside of that hour to an hour and a half. It's all benefiting from the use of your product. Okay, now as I said, if you're not one of those 3 companies that we're targeting, we also want you to be involved. And so the second part is a full-length ride that athletes can use for their base miles. Okay, now like I said, they go inside for the winter, and they have to do, as part of their fitness training, at least a 4-hour ride needs to be their biggest ride. I mean, it just goes up to probably 8 hours from there. I mean, it depends on who these guys are and how strong they're trying to be, but your longest base mile ride should be as long as your longest race in the summer. And my longest ride in the summer typically was about 9 to 9.5 hours. So that's a long time to be in the saddle. And so if you can get a 3 to 4 hour segment of a training ride out there, we want to make it entertaining, and we need to make it engaging, and the way I plan on doing that is by giving our sponsors featurettes. So again, driving people back to you, that they bought our product. You can help promote our product too, so there's always this constant feeding of a customer into your store. So let's say you're a bike shop. You're selling this, that, and the other. We can go through and highlight those key features that make your shop your shop. We can go through the importance of bike fitting and show a little bit about what the bike fit involves, or what bikes you sell, why they're beneficial. Now maybe that doesn't coincide with our bike sponsor. If you got the bike sponsor, then we'll go for that. But until we have a bike sponsor, it's fair game. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. If you're a shop, we can get you involved. If you have a nutrition product, we can feature that nutrition product. Let's hear what the science is behind it and how that applies to the Joe Schmo out there who just wants to ride his bike and not feel crummy by the end. So yeah, those featurettes are going to be part of that video. They'll be a little bit longer. It'll be like a sales pitch for you, but it will not be a separate chapter. It will be actually part of a second video overlaid on top of the training video. And the third is going to be an actual race. So part of that is what we can do for you is to give you, depending on how much you invest into the company, we can give you larger logo space or longer space on there, maybe a watermark during the race. I'm trying to keep all the videos minimal overlay, in terms of just like we'll have a pop-up of a coach talking, have it disappear, have a clock start ticking and then disappear, and then come back for the 3, 2, 1 at the end of the effort. It's just got to be really small, but if we can, we can find ways to put that image of your logo or your icon into their minds. So yeah, okay, so I know if you're an athlete and you're watching this video, you're probably going, oh man, I don't want to be advertised to. I promise it will not be overbearing. If you are a company looking to get that exposure, we're going to make it effective, so that people are interested in your product. And again, we want to drive people back to you. We will, of course, want to drive people to us as well. So that's coming up this next year. So again, if you are a jersey company, a bicycle frame manufacturer, or a wheel manufacturer, we're looking for you to really come on board because I think you're going to get the most exposure. If you are another product or another company looking for some additional exposure, we can get you in on this training video project. Again, we're just looking to be able to support a team, and just a little bit more on that team. What we want to do for the team is to recruit our top riders at an amateur level, so category 3 or above, on up to a professional level. Recruit these guys to come onto the team, whether as permanent riders or guest riders or however that would work out best for the budget, and travel to national racing calendar events, to go to the elite national championships, to go to the masters national championships or collegiate national championships, go to all these big time races where people are involved and get involved in those races. We're also going to be going to our other event promoters that will come onto the project and get footage from them as well. But we need the money to put together a team, come up with a set schedule for 2016, and then attend those events on the National Racing Calendar and the National Criterium Calendar and the National Championship Series from USA Cycling. So that's kind of the pitch. I know it's ambitious. I know we're really in a beginning stage, as it's July 2015. We've got August and September before we do our product launch. And hopefully we can launch this company on a good foot, that you'll be able to see that we're going to be successful with this series. Hopefully I'll be able to prove that to you. But I want that in your minds now so we can think about it, plan it out, work out all the kinks, and by this time next year we'll have a wonderful relationship going with some wonderful results and a wonderful product, and even more wonderful product on the way for that following winter. So yes, please contact me. Again, my name's Tyler Matson. It's at trademarkendurance@gmail.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for listening.